Here we have a B18c JDM Type R block. It's just a block because the head we used it on the previous build owned by Nico. We did the two-part series for his EK hatch here. So we're going to disassemble this, remove the oil strainer and the oil pickup. Yes. See how what we can find in this so we can refresh it and build it accordingly. Yes. And we're going to see now. We're going to try to turn the crank and see how it spins. Here we go. Oh, it spins nicely. You know, it's kind of like it turns. There's no binding, so it's all good. Yes, and we did find something interesting. So you know you gotta be interested with that. Found some issues. Yep. So yeah, let's go. All right, first things first. Here's our new Facebook. I had to make a new Facebook page because when a personal Facebook got hacked, I lost control of the old one. Here we got the prices there of head porting, engine rebuild labor, Camry, intake manifold porting, and all the other good stuff. Yep. Yes, we try to constantly post. We try to post daily on the shop page for the work that we do. Like, you know, that doesn't make the content, but you know, sometimes when we're busy, we get to post every other day or every 2 days. So we still try. And there's always a good discussion there in the comment sections that leads to potential content like the intake test that we did earlier. Yes, and here we show the stuff that we do. We assembled the VTI engine, installed it, even porting another VTI here. Yes, so, but you know, if you don't have Facebook or you don't do Facebook, we got our Instagram here. It's also active. Yes, I constantly post good stuff there too at the same time with the Facebook page. Link to both pages will be in the description below. And of course, for entertainment, we got our TikTok here. It's quite active too. I've here my 3 guitar videos. Post some good short form content that's purely for entertainment. It's fun to watch it and all the time lapse. Yes. So now let's start. Soon as we drained the oil, we removed the oil pan, and here's what we saw here at the bottom of the oil pan. The thick sludge there. Look, wait, you can't really see, it's hard to see it, but it's not black, it's gray. If it was water, it would be like a Starbucks Frappuccino, but this is, look, you can see it's gray. So this has coolant in it. It's been running with, well, it ran a few with coolant. The coolant was either blue or green. That's why it's gray. So, yep, but that's kind of normal because we understand that this had a blown gasket or looks like it. So remove the strainer now and the oil pickup. Yes, so we can turn the crank and inspect everything and then remove all the pistons and then of course further inspection, right? Now here, yes. All right, turns pretty good even with all the pistons and all that. It still turns pretty good, so that's really promising. At least the bottom end is in good shape. We know just new bearings and everything is gonna be perfectly new. All right, so now let's remove the pistons. Start with number 1. All right. Okay, the number 2. Good now. All right. Just push it out a bit. There you go. Yes, you have to catch it from the bottom of, you know, you don't want it hitting the floor, you know, cracking up the pistons and having more problems. So you gotta wait your hand. My left hand is waiting on the piston at the bottom so I can grab it and be secure and safe. All right, the 4th piston, the last one. All right, there you go. Let's turn the crank without the pistons. Oh, it spins really good and nice. It's kind of hard to turn it by hand because the oil pump is there, but I can still turn it. It's pretty good. And there's no binding. That's the most important thing. When you remove the pistons and still have the crank like this, you can turn it and see. You would see if there's binding, so you'd know if you have to do some extra work on the crank or inspection. Yes, and hit the like button. The more like that we get, the more activity the algorithm is gonna be good for the channel. And subscribe if you haven't. This way you can check out all the other videos here in your free time. All right, yeah, all right. So now we turn the block. Let's look at it here. We turn it. You Well, I just want to turn some more. Yeah, it turns really light. It's, I mean, it's good. It feels good. So yep, let's put it, turn the wrench there, so you won't. I don't have to look for it. Swipe. That's good. All right, there you go. Now I'm going to click the phone. Let me show you close. So you can see the bore is pretty decent. So just honing this will get it perfect. Of course, the machine shop will also tell us if it needs, you know, an oversized bore, if it's like crooked or not. But it looks like it's not. It has the water pump has been replaced, tensioner too. So we know this probably had a blown gasket or had to change gasket. But of course, as we found out, they changed cranks. They upgraded to B20 crank. So this is an interesting Type R, right? It's like a mini stroker Type R. That's pretty cool, right? Now let's go to the workbench on the pistons. Here we are. And here is number four. I'm showing you number four here. That has, the more visible wear, but it's like, normal mileage. But here's the interesting part. If you look in the middle, on the center of the bearing, there's like ridges or indentations. That's from dirt and debris. And why I say it's from dirt and debris? Well, where is the oil feed of the rod journal? In the center, right? So it was dirty oil, and then it's feeding to the mains, and then so that's why this video I made here 2 years ago is really important to study. Yes, we'll have that link. Okay, now let's look at it close, and here's the piston rings all removed, or all in order, 1, 2, 3, 4. But here's an interesting look at piston number two. There's rust in the top ring. To have rust there at the bottom, that's a big chance, big chance. The gasket was blown. It was seeping coolant into the bore, and here you can see here around 2 o'clock or 2 p.m. or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, it's a bit darker. The top ring is stainless chrome, so if that gets dark, that means it had rust, and rust went away, but the darkness, just, it's no longer shiny. Sorry. Now here, let's look at close. Around 2 p.m. or 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, you see it's darker. So that's, signs of rust. It got removed. It was probably running still. But here, from 8 o'clock all the way to 6 o'clock, you can see it's brown. That's definite rust. So that means when they pulled the head, or when they pulled the engine, there was coolant in bore number two. So that rusted the top ring. So, yep, here's another interesting one. You guys missed it out? Because look, the rods is PR4. So that's B20 or LS. So as soon as I removed the oil strainer, I realized, wait, this is a stroker. And you see I have 4 dots there. The mechanic that built this put the 4 dots to, so that he would know which is which. So this tips and tricks video here that I made about on cleaning parts before assembly is really, really important. First, for the hardcore, the members only has all the good stuff. You can join the members only section here on the channel. I'll see you there. All right. Here now, let's start. Let's check the ring gaps of the worn rings. It's not really gonna change because we're gonna use brand new piston rings after honing, but this does not hurt checking because all the parts are there existing. So here, put it all in order on its own areas. So it turned out to be 16, 17, 18. So yeah, the 16 is kind of like loose everywhere, especially the number one. Then we tried 17. It was still a bit loose on number one, but it was gripping on 2, 3, and 4. So it is safe to say 17-ish. But of course, when you change to a brand new piston ring, it's gonna be even tighter. So this is not a worry. And plus, it's gonna get honed, and everything's gonna be newer. And we're gonna check that on the assembly. So, whatever Nico plans on this block to refresh it as top, or whatever he wants to do, we will make a video of it and do a complete build for this B18c Type R. So that's gonna be fun. All right. Let's turn it again. Yep. Yeah, the crank turns lightly, so that's definitely good science and good. Here's one more a funny thing. Because whenever you run 89 stroke on the Type R, you either have to remove the oil jet or bend the jet so it doesn't hit. But this one is still there, and the reason why we know it wasn't removed, ta-da, one was on the oil pan, the other three was like around the block somewhere. So when we turned it, you can hear clunking sound. Apparently, the oil just like snapped off because the crank hit it. So this looks like they ran 89 crank, and because maybe they found issues or they blew the gasket, they pulled it out, and that's how it ended up being for sale. So again, this is not, it's not really an issue because when you refresh this, everything is gonna be new. And plus, because it has 89 stroke, we're gonna plug the oil jet, so that's gonna be so good. When we do the video for that, of course, you can click here